It took 3 days for President Morsi to be forced out of office, a process hastened by the army. When the Supreme Council of Armed Forces issued a 48-hour deadline saying if the people's demands are not met, they will have to step in. It was from there that events in Egypt took a turn. Heavy clashes broke out between pro- and anti-Morsi supporters across Egypt. And in reaction to the statements, President Morsi rejected the ultimatum, announcing that he is a legitimate president and has been democratically elected. Anyone against that, he said, would be against democracy. Ministers and spokespersons began resigning. The Noor party, led by Salafist and Gamal Islamiyya, who had supported Mohamed Morsi strongly, now shifted their positions, also calling for an early presidential election. It seems all wanted to jump a sinking ship. The army was quick to act. It took control of the state TV and radio. Troops were then deployed across different parts of Egypt. And in Cairo, they were most centralised in the areas where pro-Morsi demonstrations were taking place. Before the 48 hours were up, squares and streets were once again filled, counting down together to the deadline, most anxious to see the army step in.
Just a few moments ago, General Abdel Fattah al-Sisi announced to all Egyptians that Mohamed Morsi will no longer be the president. He said they will go ahead with the roadmap and ensure for an early presidential election. The crowds behind me here in Tahrir Square break into euphoria. This day will not be one to forget.
عيد لكل المصريين النهارده فرحه المصريين ما تتقدرش النهارده فرحه مش عارفين نوصفها ازاي الف 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 مبروك لمصر النهارده مصر انتصرت
ما ينساش برضو ان كل البلد كلها تتبعه وما يخصوش واذا كان في تيار اسلامي موجود في البلد لازم نحترمه ولازم نضمه الينا ونقف بيه كويس وكلنا شعب واحد.
But Egypt now faces another challenge, facing the Muslim Brotherhood supporters. The army has swept in, placing Mohamed Morsi under detention. But after suffering nearly 60 years of repression by previous regimes and finally coming into power, will the Brotherhood just simply step aside?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
But against Morsi or not, a democratically elected president was ousted by the army, a move deepening and consolidating the military's role in politics. The challenge, it seems, for the next government, not only will it have to answer to the people, but to an army too. Ayya Harraz, TVC News, Cairo.